Hello beautiful traders, how you guys doing? Welcome to this week market forecast, guys. All right, so as we take a dive into the market to see the opportunities that the market is providing for us, it is important for us to understand that you see trading takes time, okay? And anytime you have analyzed the market, have faith in that analysis and always ensure that you follow your trading plan, guys, okay? Because it's very, very important. All right, so if you have not subscribed to this channel, you kindly subscribe and like this video, share with your friends, and so dive into the market. The time frame we are using for this analysis is 4 hours time frame. All right, so we are starting with Forex pairs as we now scale down to cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. All right, so the first market we are taking a look at dive now is on the gold, guys. Okay, so last week we were here and I told you guys that you see the market will be dropping, and you can see eventually the market dropped. So what are we expecting from this angle? Now we're expecting that from here the market will give us a confirmation for next push-up. All right, a confirmation for the next push-up. So we're expecting we're on the bias of the upside this week, guys, on gold. Because if you take a look on it from the daily, you can see clearly that the market, this one has actually completed, whereby this low has been broken. So this low here has been broken. So now we are seeing one. So at the completion of this to be dropping, okay? So making it a confirmation whereby we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we are on this complex structure of the kind of fourth wave of these guys. So that is what we're expecting on gold. All right, so if you are the type that takes trade on gold, what you should be waiting for on the 1 hour is that you wait for a confirmation, guys. You wait for a confirmation that the market is set to move. A corrective structure, 3-way probably by tomorrow, this setup will be okay for us to take that trade. All right, so that's what we're expecting on gold. So if you take a look on the pound USD, the pound USD on the other side, we've seen this wave played out, A, B, C, guys. So, and now it hasn't broken this. So we are still expecting to see what will come out of this impulse, all right? Because anytime there's an impulse, we expect a correction before the next impulse, all right? So this whole move here is a correction of this impulse. Now, the big question is that will the market reverse at this point to push up, or will it give us another sell setup to drop and break this low? Now, at this point in time, it's uncertain. So we don't know what the market is going to do. So, but what we are looking at currently is if this market breaks this trend, if this trend is broken, then wait for a confirmation because this market is going to push high. So I'm biased that this market is going to give us this, okay, before dropping one more. So this week trading on pound USD might be this, okay, but let's wait for the confirmation before the close of today. It will now be confirmed based on the pattern we see here, guys. So wait for the confirmation before the next wave. The Aussie Swiss here, on the other hand, is just correcting itself, and you can see where the market is kind of descending. On this descending, so what are we expecting? We'll be expecting a very sharp spike, all right, upside. So expect something like this to play out any moment from now. Maybe this one or this one will drop before it's coming. So, but I expect this thing to play out like this. So this is what we are looking at for this week, guys. And after that, the market must still continue dropping. So if you are the kind that want to scalp this move, Aussie Swiss, you can expect to catch this spike that will be coming on the upside. All right, so let's take a look on the other one. Aussie is following the set market because now the market is correcting, but the correction is kind of a complex one. So here in time, we're expecting this to play out like this. So this an impulse that will be coming to complete this one, okay, before the market start dropping again. All right, so expect this to play out. So this is a potential trade for us this week, okay? So in case if you're not in the trade yet, you can just wait for a pullback, okay? A pullback will be coming, and after that, you can ride on the wave. And where you should be taking your profits is whereby this move becomes exactly like this. So if you measure this move here, measure this previous move here, you measure it like this. So we can now take equivalent of it and drop it here, Whenever it gets to this point, expect to sell, because the correction, the downside is not over, but there's just a pullback to complete this complex structure. The euro pounds, guys, euro pounds, we're expecting this market to drop. Okay, I don't know why it's going up. We're expecting it to drop any moment from now. So but at this point in time, let's wait and see, because this is a complex structure. You can see this is a wave on its own. So here there might be a complex sell setup before it drops. So but you can just be on the conservative side and wait until this trend is broken and close. When the candle closes below this trend, that will be a confirmation for the sell setup. All right, so the AUDCAD on the other side, you know, the AUD is moving. The all of them were expecting this spike. Okay, but if you take a look on this one here, we can see that this market has actually given us a completion of three waves. We have this. This is a completion of three waves. So if it's starting a new wave here, probably this might, you know, pushes high before it drops. So expect this to be bigger than all this. The next move here will be bigger than this previous move. All right, so that's what we're expecting on the AUD. So card. So if you're interested in taking this trade, wait for a confirmation for the market to move. Euro dollar, guys, this is setting that the market is in the middle of nowhere, because at this point in time, we can see clearly that this market has not broken this low. This move now didn't break this, so you can see these are all corrective structure. So, but now what we'll be expecting here is, let this market commit to us. Okay, let it commit to us before we can commit to the market. Now, let this previous resistance be cleared off, or let this low be broken. If it breaks this low, would be more confidence to take a sharp pull upside before a drop. But if you start moving off from here, guys, so let it break this previous high before we now commit to the market. But if pound dollar start moving, okay, what do you expect on euro dollar? Well, I don't trade correlation, but one thing is certain that, you know, any pairs that have the USD most times do correlate together. All right, so that's just it. So but now what we'll be expecting for the market is, let's see how this plays out. If you give us a three-wave move, it puts a buy stop and the market can take you in as it pushes high. All right, so I think this is a sell setup. Okay, this is a sell setup, the dollar card. All right, so we placed this last week and you can see this spike down. This is crazy, guys, but not sure. We're still expecting this sell setup to play out. It's a complete one, so I think if you are interested in taking a trade this week or today being Monday, this might be a trade for you guys. Okay, this the dollar card is a sell setup currently. All right, let me mark it. Now we have the Aussie. Aussie down. Okay, the market is just, you know, correcting itself. I think this move is over. We have impulse, we have correction, we have impulse. So let's wait and see what goes on here before the market drops. So definitely this market is going to drop at this point. Okay, so but there will be a pullback. So you wouldn't want to like take a sell at this point because the pullback is coming. So it's safer for you to take this sell here before it drops. Okay, because if you take here, I don't know your risk, but if your account can take that risk of placing your stop loss at this previous high, okay, that means you might go for it. Now the pound New Zealand, good. This is a sell setup on its own too, but should be careful whereby this is not kind of a running flat, but I doubt it's not a running flat. It's not a running flat. So what are we expecting here, guys? You know, having seen what the market has done in the past, can see how it's squeezing. So I believe this is a leading diagonal kind of, but it's not clear. So let's see if this market can drop one more and pushes high again, which is possible. So taking this sell might be a little bit short-lived. So but wait, once the market clears this low, you might be putting your your position at break even, because anything can happen at this point in time whereby the market might push high before it drops. All right, so the Aussie yen. All right, so I think this Aussie yen is a buy setup, but it's not completed yet, okay, because at this point in time we are still in the midst of the correction. So what we'll be expecting here is for the market to give you a 3-wave move, corrective structure, then that will be a confirmation for this upside. Okay, that will be a confirmation for this upside, because if you take a look on it from the daily, all right, we're seeing this move here. This move is 1, 2, 3, that's ABC, and we're expecting this, guys. So once this happens before the market start dropping, so in a nutshell, this week there might be this push up that is loading. So but wait for confirmation before the market moves, because anytime there's no confirmation, okay, 3-wave move, you can see on the 1 hour, guys, the market is, correcting. So expect something like this to play out. The US oil, guys, all right, if you're the one that trades oil, what are you expecting from oil? Now, from all looks of the whole thing, we are expecting whereby this wave completes itself. Look at what the market has done in the past. This is 4 hours, guys. You see an impulse, you see a correction, impulse. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting this market to push high again. Okay, from here, then there might be a sell, absolutely sell from this point, but not from here. So to be on a safe side, you put a buy stop at this point, 109.24. A buy stop is there where the market finishes what it's doing here. Then it can take us in, all right, at the break of this previous 122.9. Then you might be able to liquidate that position and wait for a sell setup. All right, so if you take a look on the dollar yen, right, so I think this is a buy setup. So but you need to wait for a confirmation before you jump into this, because I'm expecting whereby this is an impulse, a correction, an impulse before the market drops like this to make this complex correction before it goes up to drop. Okay, well, this might play out this way because we've seen that happen over and over again. All right, so that's why I think this might be a scenario on this, but it's not over. It's not ready, guys, for this move. You need to expect the market to commit to you before you take an action. Okay, because at this point in time, I will prefer to put a buy stop at this point. Let me put it here. At this point in time, that's 135.7. Buy stop at that point, because this market can decide on its own to drop to break this. So if we decide to break this low on its own from this point, that means the whole scene changed. That means the market might from here pushes high against light and start dropping. Okay, because I think if you take a look on it from the weekly, this market has actually been stretched. Right, it has been stretched, and what do you expect? A market that have moved this far for a healthy correction. So it definitely is going to happen this week or next week. Okay, so if the market decides to break this high again one more time, it will be short-lived before the market bounces back again. So expect to take a trade. Maybe if you are the long term, I think the sell setup might be better for you, because any buy setup will be short-lived at this time. All right, on this, the euro yen. Okay, the euro yen, we're expecting the market to also give us this spike before it drops. Okay, so we're expecting something like this, impulse correction, impulse before the market drops. Okay, so expect something like this to play out, guys. On the Then the pound yen, guys, the same thing applies here. So let's just hold on and see how the market develops. But we are biased that the market is going to give us is a correction, and either this drop one more or it continues from here. But definitely this is what we're expecting on this market this week. All right, so let's take a look on Bitcoin, guys. On the Bitcoin, guys, what are you expecting? Now, Bitcoin has actually stretched himself, and if you take a look on what is going on now. There is no much momentum in the market, but the momentum will build up today, guys. And what I can emphasize from this saying is this. Now, market has given us a clear impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. So this is a 5-way move, clear, and this is an 1, 2, 3, sorry, ABC. So I think this is a corrective structure. This corrective structure for this impulse is over. So from here, there will be a spike. There will be a spike, guys. I don't think it will break this low again. There will be a spike at this point. So, but for you not to miss this party, guys, putting your entry position at 19684 will be best thing for you, okay? Because you can see here clearly, if you go down to 1 hour, you can see nothing stopped Bitcoin from shooting high at this point. But you know, we are just waiting for that confirmation. Okay, we are just waiting for that confirmation to play out. Okay, because most times the way the market, the structure is forming is becoming more complex. Impulse, correction, impulse. So this is completed again, and we can see this. Maybe drop one more, spend time here, but definitely this move is coming, guys. Okay, and you know one thing about crypto, if Bitcoin moves, every other pairs move. That's why we don't be spending much time on the crypto pairs. The same thing applies to Binance. Binance also is just waiting as Bitcoin is waiting. You know, Bitcoin is always leading the market, and what happens to Bitcoin definitely will affect every other pairs. Binance is just in the middle of nowhere because you can see this impulse, and if anything that is possible here, anything is possible. This can drop, pushes high like this, drop, or from here it can push it high and move. So whatever happens, we need to wait for the confirmation before we commit to the market. All right, so if you take a look also on this, I like this pair, the CRV. What can you see, guys? Now the CRV is not that clear, but because you can see this to be an expanding, whereby this pushes high, but even though this pushes high, wait for a pullback before the market moves to the moon. All right, so let's take a look at this. Also, Mana USD. Well, I think this one is more clear, guys. If you take a look on this Mana USD, this is an impulse. This is a correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So expect something like this to happen, guys, on the Mana. And the sandbox, guys. Okay, the sandbox. The same thing applies here. This is an impulse, but if you take a look on this, probably this might be a part of this correction, guys, before it drops and before it goes. So let's be careful about this. Okay, so the same thing applies definitely in almost all the crypto pairs. Take a look on Ethereum and let's see what happened in Ethereum. Also, I believe it's the same thing, like other pairs. The same thing. So all right, so for the week, I think we have more. Like Bitcoin, if it's moving, just put your buy stop there. Eventually, if Bitcoin moves, you know what happens to the rest. They all moves. All right, so that's why it wouldn't spend much time analyzing the rest. Guys, if you have any potential coin you want me to help you analyze, don't kindly reach out to me. I'll be glad to help you. And don't forget to subscribe this video on this channel, guys. Help us grow, because your like will also help the algorithm of this channel to grow. We are delivering values here, guys, and I don't want you to miss out on this. So let's spread the good news to others. Let's help them see what we are doing. And thank you once again for your time, and I'll see you on the next video.